All right, so this movie definitely convinced me that the bad guys in Home Alone should definitely be grateful that that movie was not rated R or anything above PG, because they could have got it a lot worse. Kevin McAllister possibly could have did as much damage in this film, if not more, if Home Alone was rated R. I'm very convinced of that. But honestly, either way, they probably could have called it the same title that they're calling this film. And this film is called Violent Night. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Violent Night, starring David Harbour, John Leguizamo, Beverly D'Angelo, Alex Hassel, and Edie Patterson. Shout out to the Righteous Gemstones. And it was directed by Tommy Wirkola. And our story basically follows David Harbour trying to separate himself from the shitstorm that was Hellboy and create something hopefully new that will separate himself from the shtick of his Stranger Things, or, I mean, he was good as Red Guardian too, but essentially David Harbour's got to get himself out of the Stranger Things name. He's got to build himself a name outside of that, and this is his attempt at doing so. So here we find himself playing Santa Claus. Yes, the actual Santa Claus, not a mall guy, not a dress up. He is the real deal Santa Claus. Old Saint Nick, whatever you want to call him. And basically he's on Christmas night, he's, doing his job, delivering presents and things like that, but he's kind of in a rut. He feels like, kids just are becoming greedy little monsters. They don't believe anymore as much as they do, and he's really just doing this job for those that still do believe. And on his trail, or on his path to just delivering presents, he stumbles upon this family getting robbed by John Leguizamo and his goons, and essentially he ends up having to save them, and it turns into a very, very violent night. Look, guys, the things that, the things that this movie brought, to life was incredible. Like, I did not expect this movie to be as good as it was. Like, I really walked in with very low expectations, man, because the trailer for me just kind of portrayed this film as something, as like another throwaway trash film. Honestly, like I said, Hellboy really lowered my standards for anything David Harbour, starring David Harbour, exclusively. Hellboy lowered my expectations for anything. I really didn't think he was going to be good in anything but Stranger Things. I really think once I saw this trailer, I kind of just thought to myself, okay, he isn't even trying to make good films anymore. But there was a surprise movie that came out in, I want to say it was a holiday movie. It was a surprise movie that came out in 2015 called Krampus, starring Adam Scott. And that movie was actually a very underrated, kick-ass holiday film. This one can go right, Violent Night can go right next to Krampus, because this movie is freaking incredible. First of all, David Harbour as Santa Claus is a performance I didn't even think I needed to see. Like, this dude captures the entire essence of Santa Claus. And of course, like, he's Santa Claus, why would he not capture the essence? I'm saying, this movie has a lot more heart than you expect it to. Like, it actually has a lot of Christmas spirit, Christmas joy, Christmas magic wrapped all around this film. Like, it makes you feel all that Christmas joy, and Christmas just have a Christmas feeling right in the bottom of your heart. I didn't expect this movie to have so much heart and feel to it. It was amazing to see. Honestly, from the very moment you're introduced to David Harbour as Santa Claus, his Santa Claus banter, his little jokes, and people, he's talking to people who just think he's a mall Santa or just a guy being dressed up as Santa Claus. But there's a lot of good banter there, and there's a lot of good, honestly, it's a very good, what are they called, gag jokes? Yeah, there's a lot of good gag jokes as well, man. Look, David Harbour did a very good job as Santa Claus here, and not only just capturing the essence of Santa Claus, the Violent Night part of this film, where the action kicks in and Santa Claus is supposed to be just this complete badass. Dude, he's all that and so much more, man. This dude, David Harbour, absolutely killed this role. He was so surprising to me. I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. First of all, well, not first of all, because first of all is David Harbour was amazing in this film, point blank, period. Second of all, dude, the action sequences in this film are ridiculous. And I didn't mean to emphasize dick. No, nobody's dick or anything gets cut off. This isn't 21 Jump Street, but I mean, look, the action scenes are out of this world, man. Really jaw-droppingly insane. They get very creative with a lot of kills in this film, and it's honestly very refreshing to see, because it's like they come up with creative ways throughout the film for Santa, because he's not like a mercenary or anything like that. Well, there is a backstory to what Santa Claus is, but he's not necessarily a mercenary. He's not using guns and things like that. He has to get really creative with just all Santa literally only has his fist and whatever he's carrying in his bag, and it's like whatever he pulls out of that bag he has to use to his advantage. And they get really creative in this movie with the kills. It's very entertaining. It's thoroughly funny. Like I said, I was completely shocked at how amazing this film is. It's very comparable to 2015's Krampus. The reason I'm probably going to keep mentioning Krampus throughout this review, because if you haven't seen Krampus, that is a fantastic holiday film as well. It's a very good horror movie, very good story, a lot of heart in that film as well. Same as this one. John Leguizamo as the antagonist. Like I said, when I saw this trailer for this film, and John Leguizamo was showing that he was the antagonist in this film. Not that John Leguizamo is bad in any cases. It's just like sometimes he picks and chooses. Like earlier this year, he was in The Menu, fantastic film. And honestly, sometimes he picks shitty movies to be in. I thought Violent Night would be one of them. It wasn't. John Leguizamo was incredible as the antagonist in this film. First of all, I keep saying first of all, but I had so many other points. John Leguizamo is just incredible as the antagonist, man. He's very funny. He's very menacing, very threatening. He even has his own little backstory about why he hates Christmas. He's a Grinch, and he's here to just steal the Christmas joy from this family. I can't get into too many details about, what the actual robbery leads up to and all that good stuff, because that gets into spoiler territory. But John Leguizamo, honestly, John Leguizamo, all his little goons, they were very good additions to the film. The film doesn't try to do anything too out of the box. It doesn't try to do anything over the top and just take you to places where it's just like ridiculously, it's like a Fast and Furious level of just ridiculousness. It doesn't go anywhere like that, but it definitely stays in its realm. It stays in its lane. It knows the story it knows the story that it wants to tell, and it tells it very well. And honestly, on top of that, like I said, the action sequences are just ridiculous, out of this world, insane. It's a thoroughly entertaining action holiday film. I did not expect to love this movie as much as I did. Like I said, shout out to the cast itself as well. Edie Patterson from my girl from Righteous Gemstones, Beverly D'Angelo, Alex Hassel. I don't know the young girl's name in the film. I know everybody but her name. But the entire family itself, the cast was funny, very entertaining. This is a very good family. This is a funny family to, be in this situation with. The characters weren't too stupid. Well, stupid in the sense that I didn't care for them. Cam Gigandet is a moron in this movie, but it's always a pleasure to see him because I'm a pretty big fan of his. But look, overall, guys, this is one of the most surprising films I've seen all year. Like holiday film aside, this is just an incredible movie itself. Like this thing has a lot of heart. It's a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of comedy. It's just a really good time in the theater, man. It's honest, and like I said, it's a lot of jaw-dropping action scenes. Some kills in the movie are going to make you go, what the hell? Like the setups, like the way these people die, it's like, dude, it makes you cringe a little bit. It makes you cringe up a little bit, man. It's just ridiculous. But overall, guys, look, this was an incredible movie. David Harbour did a fantastic job. The entire cast and crew, phenomenal. John Leguizamo killed it, knocked it out of the park, guys. I really don't have anything bad to say about this movie. Actually, okay. Being the critic that I am, I can't always watch a movie and not point out some sort of bits and pieces. It's just who I am. So I do actually have a critique about this movie. Okay, there's one scene in particular that I felt like could have been cut out. There's a moment in the film where David Harbour and the young girl are kind of talking to each other, getting to know each other's past, and he's kind of like, he has to do this thing repeatedly where he has to prove to people that he is Santa Claus, and those make for some of the most special moments of the movie, getting other people to believe that he actually is Santa, because there's things that only Santa can know there's only things that we know that we delivered straight to Santa that only he would know about. So that's how he proves to us that he's Santa Claus. He's doing that for the young girl here, and then after that, the scene breaks off to like an action sequence, and then it's another part where he's talking to the young girl. The second time around where he's talking to the young girl and they're having their little heart-to-heart moment, they could have cut that part out, because like I said, we already did that one time. We didn't need to do that again. They could have cut that scene out, but that would have been like maybe 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the film. So I'm not going to knock the film too much for that. I'm not really going to knock it at all for that. Like I said, that scene just could have been cut. I could have been good without that. But other than that, guys, this movie is absolutely incredible, man. And honestly, for all those reasons and so many more, I'm going to give Violent Night a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, so Violent Night, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Be sure to leave a comment below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Merry Christmas to you guys. And well, it's not really that close, but I mean, this is a Violent Night review. It's a holiday movie, so of course I'm going to do the whole Merry Christmas to you guys either way. Look, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.